Hi guys, this is another unboxing and here it is. The only thing I've done is to cut this top part, which has some information that should not be on the internet. So this is really great that they did this. Anyway, if you're interested in where I got this, it should be in the description section. And just, you know, if you just, I would just like to say enjoy the unboxing video. I love watching unboxing videos. All my social media accounts are in the description section as well. So if you want to connect, it's right there. If you have any questions, you want to chit chat about what I got, let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's start here. So this is packaged beautifully. And I did mention, and they did a great job, that to please put live plants in the boxes. Now, I know it's like, it's a personal choice. But if you haven't, and I don't think I did an unboxing for this one, I think a year ago or 2 years ago. So what happened was that my plant got stuck in the postal service. Got stuck for over a month, like 7 weeks. It was there for a really long time. The seller did a phenomenal job because the plant was still okay, but it really was dying. I had to clip everything up, like the root system was off. I mean, understandably so. It wasn't getting any light and wasn't getting any nourishment for her almost 2 months. So that happened, and I reached out to USPS and all that stuff, and they said if only the box would just say 2 words, live plant or live plants. They and you want to put it somewhere visible, like everywhere on the box, like every side, and as well as right next to where the addresses are, or the barcode. Not necessarily the address, but like the barcode, because they have to look at that. But sometimes they also said that even if you put it next to the barcode, they might miss it. You know, I mean, everybody who works are human, so it happens. So I always say put it on every part of the box. And the source of where I got this did a phenomenal job in that, and so it's perfectly. I mean, this a seller and a company and a nursery can do so much in regards to packing, but to add just live plants on the boxes really helps. I know, like, people will be like, well, we already paid for this and all this stuff. You know what? It doesn't really matter. Don't you want to have like a perfect unboxing situation, or your client or your customer to have, you know, all your hard work, to not have to refund them, to compensate them and all that? All you gotta do is put live plants. That's it. Any other words, they don't really care. It has to say live plants. That's what they told me. And ever since then, if ever I did get something like that, if I can reach out to the nursery or wherever the source would be, I would always request that, because even if it says some kind of nursery on the side, or something plant or something, but it doesn't say live plants, they're going to look at it as like you're shipping something that's not a plant or perishable. So it's very important, those 2 words. I know, that's what I was told, and I always want to share that because I don't want anybody else to have to go through what I went through. They couldn't find my package. It was just shoved somewhere because it didn't have those 2 words. It's ridiculous, but whatever. But it was also in priority, by the way. So I just don't want anybody to go through what I went through. So these are all Hoyas. Okay, I think I know which one this is. And to be honest, I've never been interested in a kerrii, especially a kerrii variegata. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. But the seller she was really nice, and she showed me this, and I'm like, you know what, just add that on there. Who cares? I mean, I'm like, you know what, just do it. Just do it. And this is what she looks like. 2 leaves. She got some root system there. That's awesome. Beautiful, right? She actually had like a different one too, but the other one had like a bunch of brown spots on there. And it could just be like light burn, you know, if it's misted or being watered from the top, which I usually don't do that. So I'm just gonna put this over here, or I'm gonna put this over here. And I just didn't want to deal with it. Because number one, when she was saying, oh, I have this, what do you think of this? You know, because I was like, I don't know, I'm not really into kerries. But anyway, whatever. So there she is, and I thought, I really was thinking, like, if she wasn't going to have, like, a good one, I just wasn't going to, like, I wasn't set on it, is what I'm trying to say. I wasn't set on it, so when she showed me that and she put all that effort, I'm like, you know what, fine, I'll take it. I felt bad, because, yeah, I felt kind of bad, but, this one is the davidcumingii, and I think this was the plant that she was showing that made me reach out to her, and this is it, and she's beautiful. I've never seen this in person. To be honest, all of these plants, I've never seen them in person. I wanted to get this because supposedly I don't know the specific smell to it, but if something like a Hoya flower smells really good and strong, like sweet, I kind of want to add that to my collection. So this is what she looks like. And here's another one. You have to stay over there, honey. Just play with your pillow, please. And this is another one right here. Oh, this is the heuschkeliana pink. So here's a story. If you guys have seen my unboxing for my heuschkeliana variegata, I was actually on a hunt for the heuschkeliana yellow and pink. And for whatever reason, they were all out of stock. I just couldn't find them. I came across the variegata, and then I thought, you know what? It's very cute. The leaves are so tiny and cute, and then the variegation of it's so pretty. I'll give it a shot. But I wasn't really interested in that in the beginning. It was more like this one and the yellow one. So now I have the variegata. I have the pink one, and she is just beautiful. Isn't that really kind of weird? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me with the Hoya rabbit hole, but it's like I look for one plant, like I was looking for the, well, I noticed I wasn't looking for this anymore. I was getting kind of hopeless with the davidcumingii. I remember someone was trying to sell a davidcumingii. I wasn't fast enough, and someone else bought it for me. I mean, not for me, for themselves or whatever. They bought it. I wasn't able to do that. And when I reached out to the person that was selling it, they said they didn't have any more. Or it just didn't pan out right. And so I was like, all right, maybe I'm just not destined to have a davidcumingii. But that's actually on my list. All right, so this one is, let's see, this is the rosita. Again, these are all Hoyas. If you don't own a Hoya, I don't really recommend owning a Hoya. Just, it really is like a different kind of obsession and disease. And it's because if you look at it, these are all Hoyas. They all come in different shapes of leaves, different sizes. This is a rosita, which it definitely does remind me of my SPAFF Bartney because of the outline of the leaves. And I think the outline of the leaves is due to being sun stressed. I remember there was a person asking about how to sun stress their Hoya leaves, and it's basically just, it's sun stressed, like for example, they're too close to the window. That's just really what it is. Or it's getting lighter and lighter in the year, and they're not used to that. They're used to, let's just say they're in an east facing window or west facing window, and they're right next to the window. And in the winter months, in the fall months, or like late fall and early spring, which usually is kind of darker, they're not getting affected by it. But as soon as it gets lighter and lighter, and this is for the Northwest Hemisphere, which would be in the US and Canada. I'm not really sure about Mexico very much, but anyway, in that aspect, you know how like the more light you're gonna get. So with that, because you're getting more sunlight, it's sunnier and the days are longer, that's why it can sun stress. If you live in a tropical area, it will be very different for you. Like if you live close to the equator, you're always going to have 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night. Like you're not going to have like the solstice and stuff like that because you're close to the equator. I've lived in the tropics, and that's how life is there. So to get that sun stress would be very different from getting getting the Hoya leaf sun stress in the northwest hemisphere. I'm just laying it out there because someone was asking about that. So this is what it is. And also, when you are in the tropics, it is easier to get sun stressed if they are just outside all year round. So I would suggest, like, if you want to get it sun stressed, I would test it out. If it's kind of in a shady area, I would put it closer to a sunnier area. Check in an hour. But I would say for day 1, 1 hour, day 2, an hour and a half, day 3, 2 hours, you know, add incremented for half an hour. That's what I would do. Some people would do it incremented per 1 hour every day. I don't really have like the best of luck and stuff like that. So I'm very, very apprehensive, and I want to do like only half hour. And when you live in somewhere very super sunny, like the tropics or the islands, the sun there is pretty scorching. So what I would suggest is just half an hour is okay. So if they're acclimating well every half hour, and then you can add an extra half hour the next day, then just do that. And if that happens, then you could probably leave them there year round in that spot. And whenever it is going to be summertime in your area, because I remember like in the tropics, summertime is not the same as summertime in the northern hemisphere. Our summertime in the northern hemisphere is June to September, or August. Summertime in the tropics is like March, I think. March to June or March to June or something like that. So it's very, very different. So you have to try and understand your own weather and your own sunlight and which, you know, all of that stuff, because the sun stressing is basically just adding more light and more intensity of light in that aspect. And I would also recommend start the morning light. The morning light is less harsher than the afternoon light, and the harshest light is the midday sun, which is between 11 to 1 o'clock in the 11 in the AM and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So watch out for that one. And if you're trying to acclimate it slowly, I would recommend take it away by 11 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, because if not, they could start to burn. So that's how you would acclimate. That's what I would recommend if you live in a more sunnier area. But if you live in like the northern hemisphere, how to sun stress it is just to add more light. So I don't have a south facing window, so I don't have experience in Hoyas in a south facing window. My more intense light is a west facing window and then an east facing window. Those are where my Hoyas are. And in the darker months, I have supplemented them with LED plant light. I will link that down below, or I try to. And so here they are. Oh my God. They're just, oh my God. They look exactly like the pictures. And I will definitely be cleaning these because I think these are just water stains, calcium deposits or whatever is in the water that they were using to water them. And I'm going to transplant them. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye. Bye.